What's up, Glass House? This is your commish, these nuts, doing the Halloween version of the weekly recap. Man, this week was a little scary for some of y'all, anyways. Man, it was like Halloween for some of y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Uh, I spent Monday night half of the first half of the game, and it was Halloween for T-Boy. Man, Glass House Bandits was not having it. He was irritated. He just was not happy. But let's get started with this recap, man. We have B Team versus Florida Cheeseheads, and I think this would have been a pretty good matchup because CBS predicted that B Team would win by 1 point, and it should have been a pretty good matchup. The only problem with that was Florida Cheesehead had one, two, three, four guys that had single digits, and two of them had 11 points. And that's why it wasn't a good matchup. Matt Jones for B Team had 0 points. 0 points. And B Team was still able to win by 22 points. So CBS got this one all the way wrong. It was not a close game. And Florida Cheeseheads, you had Rodgers with 32 and the Eagles defense with 36, and that was pretty much it. For B Team, you didn't do a whole lot better, but you did have a couple guys with 20s. Julio gave you 26, Delaney 21, and a lot of guys with double digits, like in the teens. So you were able to pull it out. You improved to 4-3, and Florida Cheeseheads, you dropped to 3-4. Let's move on to the next matchup. We have Juice Box Sippers versus Glass House Bandits. And this was like that Sunday night game between the Seahawks and the Cardinals. It was a very low-scoring game. Must have been a defensive matchup because it damn sure wasn't no offense in this shit. This is like, whew, hard to watch. Brady with 24. Jeremy Hill came out of nowhere with 26. And that was it for the 20-plus club for Juice Box Sippers. And for Glass House Bandits, he had LeGarrette Blunt with 25 and Tyrell Williams with 21. And that was it for his 20-point performance. But the problem is, Juice Box Sippers had 4 people with single digits, and the Glass House Bandits had 5. So that was the difference. The difference was the defense and the quarterbacks. Broncos defense 17, Titans defense 4, Tom Brady 24, Russell Wilson 12. Glass House Bandits, you dropped to 2 and 5. Juice Box Sippers, continuing her rise in the standings, improves to 3 and 4. Next matchup, we got Braveheart versus Pilo, and this was the closest game of the week. 9-point deficit. CBS got this one all the way wrong too. CBS had Pilo winning by 22 points, and Pilo ended up taking a 9-point loss, in large part to Jordy Nelson and his 1-point performance. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers did. Jordy Nelson did to Aaron Rodgers. I don't know, do something to his wife, or did they get into a big argument before the game? I don't know, man. But for Jordy Nelson to get 1 catch versus the Bears, the worst defense in football, for 9 yards, something got to be wrong there, man. Something is wrong. Alshon Jeffrey gave you 6, and Kelsey gave you 4. And the Bills defense gave you 3. On the other side, Braveheart is like you tried to give this one away anyways. You only scored 129. Phillip Rivers had 20, and your kicker gave you 20. Those are your high scores right there for the week. Anyways, it was more than enough, I guess, to pull out the victory. You improved to 4 and 3. Pilo, you dropped to 4 and 3. Next matchup, we got Deshaun versus the Rick Way. The Rick Way, you were headed the wrong way. Because you just got beat by like 47 points, man. CBS, once again, very wrong with their predictions and their projections. They projected you to have a 13-point victory, Rick Way, not get beat by 47. Anyway, Deshaun had some huge performances, man. Kirk Cousins gave him 26, Le'Veon 24, Jay Ajayi with his second straight 200-yard game. That boy made Arian Foster retire. Arian Foster retired after that. Y'all might not know it. I ain't bullshitting. Arian Foster really retired. He done playing football. AJ Green 30 points. Michael Thomas 23. Hell of a team effort by Deshaun. Rick Way, you had one person with 22 points, and that was it. You also had 5 guys with single digits. 5 guys with single digits will surely get you an L. You dropped to 2 and 5. Deshaun, you improved to 4 and 3. Next matchup, we got Team Dudes versus La Spina. Wait a minute. Teams versus La Spina the Greats. Excuse me. I'm gonna put some respect on your name, man. Is you finished or is you done? I'm gonna put some respect on it. La Spina the Great. All right. And let me get that out the way. La Spina the Great. You were projected to win by 12 points, and guess what? Finally, CBS got something right. You won by 11 points. Andrew Luck 36, DeMarco Murray 21, and the Packers defense 20. You did have 3 guys in single digits, but you were able to outdo Dubes and who had Crabtree with 23, Marquise Lee with 21. You put Marquise Lee in it. That was bold. That was some good coaching. And Mariota with 22. The difference in this ball game clearly boiled down to the play of the quarterback. You 36 to 22, which is a 14-point differential. You won by 11. So I guess that was the difference in the game. La Spina the Great improves to 4 and 3, and Team Dubes, just Team Dubes, drops to 3 and 4. Our last matchup is the CMR Canes versus These Nuts. And These Nuts, y'all know what I do. I teabag people. That's what nuts do, teabag people. So I'm not going to spare the CMR Cane. I'm going to teabag him too. Hey, man, I'm just messing with you, Tony. You know I'm just messing with you. 126 to 171. These Nuts got the highest score of the week. CBS got this one dead wrong, too. They projected me to win by 5, not by almost 50. Instead, I won by 45. Dalton had 27 for CMR Canes. David Johnson, 24. Frank Gore gave 19. Other than that, nobody close to 20. And he had a couple guys in single digits. On the other side, I had Drew Brees, who for the 4th time in 6 games had 30-some points. 34 points for him. Ware gave me 24. Matt Forte broke out of that slump with 29. Mike Evans, 29. I improved to 6 and 1. CMR Canes, you dropped to 3 and 4. This week we got Tennessee Titans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that's Thursday Night Football. If you got any Titans, if you got any Jaguars, go ahead and set your lineups early, please. Set your lineups on Wednesday if you can. If you wait to see who's playing, make sure you set that, lock them in before the game so you can have your players playing. I'm going to touch on something, retouch on something. I'm going to reiterate something, make it very clear to the league. You put your money in there. It's $110 to join. When $110 join, you assume responsibility of your team. Before you add or drop a player, there are 2 screens. First screen is where you actually submit the add or drop. The second screen is a verification screen where you look at the guys you add and dropping, verify that those are the people that you want to add or drop, and you press OK. That is your responsibility. If you drop a player, there is no such thing as dropping a player by mistake. It just doesn't happen, and that player cannot be put back on your roster based on experience in the past. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't sit well with the league. And if I was to put a poll out there, the league will probably tell you right now they will not agree with it. When you drop a player, he's free game for everybody. So be very careful before you press OK to make sure, to guarantee that that is the person you want to add or drop. You know, the only way to be fair to everybody is to not cut corners with anybody. So if I cut corners with one person, I have to cut corners with the other person, and then I just be cutting a whole bunch of damn corners. So I just would rather not cut corners and just be fair to everybody. Anyways, good luck next week. Except for if you're playing me, you won't need luck. You're going to need a miracle. This is These Nuts, and I'm out. Peace.